we start, Cornell's gonna come in about 6:45. He's got another meeting going on. And so, we're gonna need to go in executive session, Ed, whenever we get to that point. So, I guess we might as well at 6:30, and we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Alan, you want to do roll call? Oh. Is Todd coming, Neil?
He's up there.
Oh, I can't even see him up there. He's so far away. There he is, yeah. And there's Sonia.
How come we got a big picture of Bob and a star?
That's what
So Chairman Bixler called meeting to order. I'll do roll call vote. Holder? Todd?
He's blocked.
He's muted.
Muted. Unmute, Todd.
He's asleep.
Here. We'll come back to Todd. Bob Worth? Here. Stan Bixler?
Here.
Ed Sutter?
Here.
Alan Poe? Here. Todd Holder? Yep, I saw it. He's here.
Okay.
Did he wave?
He's
Yeah.
waving.
Okay. What a roll call. Okay. Item number 3 is approve the minutes of the previous meeting. That would have been back in December.
Present.
There you go.
Everybody said he's a little bit slow, but I have never said that.
Now he's on the big screen.
Look at that look he's giving you.
What happened to Bob?
You shut his camera off. See what you did?
I move to approve the minutes.
All right, second. Second, Bob.
Holder? Yes. Firth?
Yes.
Bixler?
Yes.
Sutter?
Yes.
Poe? Yes.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is a motion to enter into executive session. I'd entertain a motion at this time.
I'll make that motion.
You have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call.
Holder? Firth?
Yes. Yes.
Bixler?
Yes.
Sutter?
Yes.
Poe? Yes.
Action, there was no action. Okay, item 8, discuss any possible action regarding inland strategies. What is that, Neil?
That was just so he can speak.
Okay.
So, NA.
NA. Item 9.
Well, you know, I would like to.
Okay, go ahead.
I was pleased with his ideas of trying to building a site there, construction. However, you know, I remember that agreement. He was supposed to come up 2 times a month, and you know, we have a meeting once a month. I think I know he has other meetings, but if he could come and be at our meetings, so we could talk to him in person. I would like that if that can ever be done. And I don't know if he's here for the month of December. I think we did pay him for the month of December.
Mhm.
So maybe he owes us more than a couple meetings, and maybe he can be up here a couple times in January, maybe be at our meeting in February.
I can ask that. I can't guarantee that yet. But I can tell that the board expressed him, or expressed that. Okay, any other comments? Okay, item 9, discuss any possible action regarding infrastructure expansion. Do board members have any comments on infrastructure expansion?
Well, I don't know if this comes under the infrastructure expansion, but I think we did have an agreement that we was gonna have some trees removed and sprayed, and I don't know if Neil knows if any of that's been done or not.
Not yet, but they're working on it. Working to get, they were real busy down there with their area doing highway projects. So they were gonna wait until that slowed down and then go in there and get everything taken care of.
But we let a contract, didn't we, for about $3,000?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. All right, you're monitoring that and staying on top of it.
Okay. Let's go to item 10 is finance report, Todd.
Yes, I hope you have a finance report in front of you. I do not. I'm still at the bank, all my stuff's in the store, and I can't Zoom and pull up my email because I'm not that technologically smart. Stan, I wish you were here to help.
Okay. Here's what you do, Todd, but it's kind of a secret, so I'll tell you after the meeting.
I'm sorry. If there's questions, I will try to, and I'm sure Sonia can answer exquisitely if there's questions about the finance report. We did get paid for the land lease by Kelly Thiessen today, and that check was deposited.
Todd, the check from TIF for $70,000, has that been deposited?
Yes. I can answer that, I take them.
And is that reflected on this front sheet?
Which, I couldn't hear Ed, I'm sorry.
They indicated that the $70,000 from TIF has been deposited with the bank.
Yes,
And is that
and it is
It's-
reflected.
It's in there.
it's reflected in this front sheet?
It is.
And that would be,
That'd be the 100, what was that, 13 or 18?
13,983.
Yeah, 113,000. No check.
Sonia, is that right, that 113,983, is that where that 70,000 is?
Yes. Yeah, that loan's now paid off.
Yeah, it's not allocated to anything. If you want to look back at our TIF budget on what it can pay for, I'm trying to look at what we have outstanding. I'm going to say your infrastructure is going to, any upcoming infrastructure is going to be where it needs to go.
Right. We don't have anything outstanding outside of that GO bond and insurance that's payable in the future.
Yeah.
So we could use it to build a building if that's what this board elected to do?
We could do that, yeah. Build a building, put rail in.
Use it for match.
Shelley, do you know if we'll receive additional monies from TIF, or we going to get 2 payments, or?
We will get some more. It will probably be around, I'd say 20 to 25,000. I don't remember our exact number, but we've gotten what, 77 or 75,000 so far, and it's a little over 100,000, I think, this year. Do you remember the exact number, Tony?
Like 104 or 107.
Yeah, something like that. So it's not much over. $100,000. We'll get a little bit more.
So last year, our next big TIF payment came in April, and it was $27,820. That was our next sizable one. So total TIF received last year was $100,213.90, and that's our fiscal year that we're looking at, not their calendar year.
Right.
And that's reflected, well, I'm looking back for you, but is there something more specific you want to know, Ed?
No, but I would have an additional question. It looks like our total liabilities are now at 53,270. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
That would only be reflected of the, if memory served me correct, the GO, what's left on the GO bond
That's correct.
to the commissioners. Now,
We're still accruing, but we're not paying.
Right, because they forgave that, they waived that. Right.
Yeah.
But until we have
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Todd.
So, they forgave a portion of it, and we're eternally grateful for that. But we're going to have to figure out some kind of accounting move in order to show that, and we're waiting on that documentation. So that's going to stand there until we can get some documentation from the county. Unless this board wants to move differently, that's where I'm at on that.
Did you not get the?
That's where our auditor is on it as well.
The resolution that I sent that showed that they waived that?
I don't think we got, not
I'll
for
send it.
paperwork, but, verbally we got it.
Okay, I'll send it, because I thought I already sent it to you guys, but I'll send it tomorrow.
So there's a possibility we don't even owe that GO bonds, is that
We
correct?
don't know it.
Right.
Shelley, did they forgive the whole thing?
They forgave the whole thing.
That whole $53,270?
Yes.
Okay. If you can provide a resolution or something that says
I've got
that,
the
then
resolution, and I
Yeah,
could
they
have swore I already
voted on
sent
it.
that out.
Nothing
I'll-
will you send it to me as well, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, no, Sonia, okay. Okay, the 12.5 is the accrued. Okay, I got you now. Okay.
We're just about done with that part, Stan.
Yeah, I see that. Well,
Other than, what we set back for repairs and maintenance, and see, don't forget, you guys also have $54,720.50 that's sitting in the Avard Rail Park accrued payment, where you've been keeping 5% of your rail car charge, just setting it back for when you want to build a building, or you needed cash to entice somebody. That's what that's for.
mm-hmm.
So, just didn't want you to forget about that.
So Sonia, if the county did forgive GO bonds, are we debt-free at this time?
That would be correct.
They definitely did.
They did.
Yeah. I talked to Randy.
Oh, yeah. They did the resolution in the
Right,
meeting.
he told me they voted, all the commissioners voted on it.
Does anybody have any news on any train loads coming in again? Do we, Mark Marietta or anybody else?
not to my knowledge.
We had one come in because they just paid us for it. Was that in December?
That was in December.
Yeah.
We got paid?
Mm-hmm. 11,000.
Or maybe November. It might have been November. When we went.
It was November is when there's a payment, there's
Yeah.
no
I
payment.
thought it was
in
December. Okay.
We didn't get the payment till December, but it was the end of November.
Well, now, okay, in December, the land lease, am I reading that right?
Okay, did we already talk about this? Where the land lease increased? We did this at the last meeting.
But we hadn't gotten the check, I don't think, yet.
Yes.
Well, what is that number?
I didn't know
now?
what that was.
2,411.
53.
Thank you, because I got a
Well,
blow
what
mine.
was in December? It's 24. What is
In
that?
December, part of that was a train.
Huh?
December, there was a train and their, rent. Was there 2 trains, Sonia, that were paid for in December? It
Yes,
seems like there was 2 trains.
There was a land lease and the rail, they would have paid the lease.
there was a one-time adjustment
Oh, okay.
for their rent where
Didn't-
they hadn't been making that change. And Neil highlighted in that folder there on your table should be the part of that lease, if anybody needs to look at it. The binder
Venture.
folder. Nope, the other one.
Venture paid their yearly,
Ah.
their
Yes,
annual.
I remember.
That's where.
Where they
part of
have to
that-
adjust that, well, they got a new accounting person and noticed that they hadn't done that. That's out of my billywhack. I wouldn't have known where to find how to
On
adjust
Venture.
for their
No,
gravel.
Martin, you're talking Martin Marietta, right?
Yep,
Okay,
and
that,
so they adjusted it and they gave us a one-time adjustment payment
right. But then
and the
Venture-
rent check and a train check.
Right,
check,
and there was,
This is
all
Venture.
in December.
No, that's.
and wasn't
Martin Marietta.
Venture also, didn't Venture send?
I'm sorry?
I can't hardly read, I mean, I don't know how to read these, because on my chart, it will say who paid what. So,
2,000.
like Venture, didn't Venture pay a big
It's a
sum,
monthly.
their annual?
That's what they used to.
They paid their
Because of this
25,000,
deal
yes,
here.
they
That was
did.
in December, wasn't
This adjustment, according to the price of their.
It might have been in, no,
Mhm.
but I think that's what's
Mhm.
reflecting in
So
December.
they went back. and-
Yeah. We got that in December.
In December, okay, that's what I think he was wanting to know, where the rest of that was, so, yeah.
So Feasing made a payment, we deposited today, and how much was it, or approximately? Is
Who
that,
did he ask?
9,000, hold on just a minute. I took a picture of it because I knew you would ask it.
5,000.
$5,937.15.
And that is not reflected. That just happened today.
okay.
Yeah.
She'll get nervous. She doesn't like to do this.
I moved to approve the financial statements, and once again, thank Todd Holder for his work and answering all the questions.
I didn't do anything.
That's what you always say.
Would you like to approve the financial report, Ed?
I just made the motion.
I'll second the motion. Roll call, Todd? Bob?
Yes.
Yes. Bixler?
Yes.
Sutter?
Todd always says he never does anything, but he really does. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Item 11, Neil, Sears.
I don't have anything.
Well, we appreciate you working with Cornell on these calls, and we're gonna know we're gonna have a few more of those going forward, so we appreciate it.
But I'm excited. I mean, this is a pretty significant movement. It could be. And we're gonna find out what Cordell can produce. And he seems pretty confident. And I am too.
Well, I think I was pretty confident until Sonia started talking, and then I lost a little confidence on that.
All I know is when you do grants, it takes quite a few months.
And we've got to really know what that grant says, because last time we did not.
But I think that's why we're paying him.
And does he have a lot of experience doing this?
Yes.
I mean, did he work 5 years doing?
Yes, he is, and he was the one that actually awarded the grant for Panhandle State. He was on the deal, but, we'll have to see how this progresses, and
He's an out-of-the-box thinker. He's the one that told us to try and he's the one that spurred us to do the surveys with rural water district. So we have that on hand for data if we need it. And he also was trying to think out of the box and told us if we could help with the tribes, depending on how many tribal members, if we could show that we're in this area. But I have no idea on how.
When was this on that? I
When
thought
we
you said-
flew
I thought
down
you
there
told
and
me
met
you
with
never
him for
talked to
5
you
minutes.
and you didn't want to talk to him.
When did we talk to him?
Yes.
Todd, when did we fly down there and have to stop at
You said
Kingfisher and
you
drive
needed
through
time of day.
for a 5-minute meeting?
It seems like it was,
June,
And,
July.
I don't know, between April and July, and that would have been 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
18.
I am, anytime we can get Northwest Oklahoma's name spread in Oklahoma City, regardless if it's across a coffee shop or, you know, and having a firm help us, marketing firm help us to identify some possibilities is good. I'm excited about having him and see what he can find. You know, maybe this one isn't the perfect deal, but he's going to kick a stone that hadn't been kicked before. I'm still excited about it. I want to encourage us to send that $30 million booklet to Cornell if we haven't already, to make sure that he sees the infrastructure and the water research that was done, and that it still sits in front of our United States legislature as we speak. So we just need to refresh it. And that was thanks to Bob Firth and his connections that got us to put that together. So I just think we need to make sure he's aware of that.
You know, you got a copy of that deal, or,
I'm sure it's going to be.
I mean, on where you could email it to him or send it to him?
I'm gonna probably have to make sure
Yeah.
he's got a Dropbox, because that's a lot and lots of stuff.
We have it on a retransfer file. We
Okay.
can send it.
Could be such a time if you ran to the city for some other deal, you could even take it and to him. And anyway, okay. Remarks by our citizens. We're glad to have everybody here this evening, and now we'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Sorry I wasn't there. I moved to
Appreciate you
adjourn.
zooming in.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I already did that.
Oh, you did? You must not have your microphone on. But I'll second Todd's motion.
Roll call.
Holder,
Present.
Firth,
Thank you for Todd wearing a tie for us.
Bixler,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes, sir.
Allen, yes.
Don't forget to sign those minutes.